I've kind of lost interest a little bit on YouTube, but mostly just uploads regular renders. But I figured for this one, and maybe a little bit down the line, I'm gonna make more and more because I don't know. It's a little refreshing to take a break and come back and get into every little thing that's been happening, no matter how trivial, such as this whole Ohmwrecker versus Delirious matter. Quite trivial, I'm going to let you know. It is so trivial that I am casually playing Overwatch, a dead game, while talking about this. And seeing as how I don't really have much of a incentive, so to speak, to make a very well crafted video, I figured, hey, maybe just me talking and giving my take as just a random old 22-year-old Joe would help some people out there. But let's see. Let's try this out. Anyway, so Ohmwrecker Delirious, I've actually covered this quite a bit in the past. You guys, you guys are still here, aren't you? That's right. You're still here. Anyway, we've covered this pretty much unanimously around the board. We've all agreed, including myself, that Ohmwrecker is a very, very annoying, petty person in terms of his little feud with H2O, Delirious, and Vanoss. It's one of those things where basically you wouldn't have come out and had a problem with all these things should you have never gotten kicked out, which is generally what it is, right? And vice versa. I'm not. Let's be fucking real. Keep it a buck 50. Delirious is no saint either, right? And neither is anybody. Honestly, to be frank, everyone in Vanoss is pretty fucking shady. They're just like. Then again, like, you know, most big time celebs that rely on their whole networking and brand building and everything will always be shady. And luckily enough, I'm not blinded by any what do you calls it, nostalgiacs, right? So quite frankly, I think all of Vanoss is really mid and boring. So I can give you a really unbiased look on them. And I'm not really impressed by their sub count since it's like peaked at this point. They're pretty much where they're going to be, including Ohmwrecker. Like, for all the shit you give Ohmwrecker, he's still one of the Vanosses, right? He's still part of them. They will forever have the stench of letting the Omni-Man be around them. Which is pretty fucking sad. Also, what I'm trying to say here, look, is if you want to believe that Vanoss is like any of those people are gods, like Ohmwrecker, technically speaking, is like right there with them. Unfortunately, you know, a million subs is a million subs, right? But anyway, it's not about that. It's not about trying to make Ohmwrecker look good. It's to get the facts of the matter. And I know what the people want to hear. I know what the majority want to hear. Delirious is probably going to win this. Well, you're partially right. Delirious is always going to win, like, in the grand scheme of things. Basically, he's played it pretty well in terms of looking good to the public, which is fine, which is really what you want, right? He's pretty much played this game right, while Ohmwrecker has played the game wrong, and he's just an overall mess. Like, I'm talking mass amounts of, like, walls of text over and over and over again without even wanting to be confronted on his points. There's the whole argument of like, well, you know, Delirious was spreading them Kiwi links, which, you know, basically is like a dox of sorts. If you link somebody's Kiwi thread, chances are you will find their home address and all this other good stuff that Kiwi farmers like to conveniently put in a little place filled with like a bunch of probable misinformation, but also facts. Totally not incentivizing anybody to do anything bad to these people. Just a collection of all bad things of an individual with possible GPU coordinates to that person's house. Totally ethical. Nothing wrong with that at all. You know, long live Kiwi farmers that just do this stuff and they don't want to put out their own address. Nothing says more badass than that. But I'm not going to take the piss out of Kiwi farmers today. That's for another day on stream. Back to the Ohmwrecker bit. So does Ohmwrecker really deserve all this shit to happen to him? That's in like the eye of the beholder. You could just actually care about this. Like, you could be part of the Delirious army and want to get revenge for your favorite e-celeb or something. I don't know. Maybe you have like a fascination with his little teddy bears or something. Who am I to say? I am just a humble Overwatch player playing this dead game in 2023, and that's all I'm doing, right? And on the flip side, should you feel bad for Ohmwrecker? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. He could have dipped out at any fucking time, realistically, right? That's the thing. You can't really feel that bad for Ohmwrecker because he knew what he was getting himself into. And if he didn't before, he should have gotten the fuck out while he could, right? Like, Ohmwrecker, you have fans still, but there are crazier fans out there, okay? And even if you just showed a little bit of spine, I think people would have been able to respect your opinion a little bit better, right? But a lot of the things you did are just like conflicting or just really bitch made. So people just don't pick up on wanting to respect you at all, which is something that you need. Like, compare you two, right? While you guys might have similar audiences in terms of the 1 mil number, at the same fucking time, Delirious holds more stack in the totem pole, so to speak, right? Because Delirious is a man of the people, kind of, right? He likes to, he has high status as well as most people in Vanos still, I believe all of them actually, whatever, they still want to play with him, they still include him in all this, stuff. So yes, he has higher status than you. That's not meant to be a slight, because I quite mellowed out and I don't necessarily hate you or anything, I just, I kind of share the same sentiments of the people, that you're just a pussy, which is fine. Like, it's okay. I'm not going to, like, you haven't really personally gone after me, so you can be whatever you want, man. It's 2023 once again. But yeah, it's pretty much all I can say to you, Ohm. And in terms of Delirious, the shady shit that he's done, right? It's like, Dell, why didn't you just get other people to do it for you? Like, you have the entire Delirious army, right? Like, I told people this before. If you're gonna do shady shit, never do it yourself. Always get other people to do it. And Delirious is that top person. He is at the top where he can get literally anybody else to help him do these ops that he was trying to do. It's not hard. It's like not even like uncommon for most e-celebs to go ahead and run ops or do this shit or have people on their behalf do this shit, right? Like, if Delirious wanted to go ahead and post Kiwi Farms links of like Ohmwrecker or whatever on burner accounts, he could have just even gotten Liz Katz, who his wife, right? Well, his not wife, his OnlyFans girlfriend that he has kids with, right? When you gonna put a ring on that? But like, yeah, you should have just gotten her to do it. She obviously wanted to get involved in this whole situation, right? From the very get-go. She made her own damn video, which I'm sure that'll be brought up in court. But yeah, I just don't understand, Delirious. Why didn't you just get somebody else to do it? You don't need to get your hands dirty on this shit. Now you just look like an idiot. Like, I know that even though this is technically a W for Ohm because, he said you ran alt accounts and you lied, but you couldn't lie under oath. That's the thing. Because some people were saying, oh, this is a lie. It wouldn't be a lie because Delirious would be lying under oath if he said anything, right? If he tried, like, I don't get fans. I don't fucking get fans. You know what I mean? I'm not going to waste time on it. But pretty much this is all that it is right now. My advice to Delirious, if you're going to try to post Kiwi links of other people to try to poison the well and defame their character or to fuck with them, try to do it through another party next time. Don't if you ever like break up with Liz Katz and you're gonna have phone sex with a woman, make sure she's of age this time. Like, you actually fucking check that, right? I'm sure that was just like a mistake when you were like 24 or whatever. No big deal, I guess. Not like nobody gave a shit back then, apparently, and nobody gives a shit now. So what am I to do? Just gonna report it. In terms of like fucking what's his face, Ohmwrecker. My God, man, you're doing this for no fucking reason, as I can see. I don't buy your moral judgment, so, like, because that's what it leans on, really. I mean, unless you're, like, willing to say that you think Delirious is a predator that will prey on another child, this whole thing doesn't make sense. It's just you being petty and trying to damage the image of an individual that used to be your associate that no longer wants to be your associate. I don't think you have any moral cause for this. I don't think you have any moral values in terms of this. I quite frankly think you don't give a shit and you're going to move on with your life after this. You've shown little to no investment in this whole thing other than to just go ahead and try to take shots at Delirious and anyone in Vanos that doesn't want anything to do with you. So basically, Ohm's a petty bitch. But we already knew that. But that's all I had to say about this. This has been like a little recap on the whole Delirious Ohmwrecker situation and like what's been going on so far. I'm not particularly invested as much as I was before. Like I said, things have mellowed me out, and I've seen new things, man, that just, I don't know. I just felt like commenting on it, though, because some people always want to tell me, hey, Sen, are you Team Dell, or are you Team fucking Ohm? I'm like, I'm Team Sen, but, like, I guess, like, if I had to choose between those two dipshits, Delirious probably has the edge, just because he knows how to do this a little better than Ohm, right? And yeah, that's all I gotta say about this. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below, guys, and all the other YouTuber stuff that I don't feel like saying right now. Have a good rest of your night wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.